After the device has been powered down, the bottom two pentalobe screws will need to be removed. These are located near the charge port. Once these two screws are out, you can begin to pry the phone open using an opening tool and prying in between the plastic frame and the metal back housing. Once the bottom of the screen has been pried up, you should be able to easily open it the rest of the way. Before attempting to remove the screen, the battery will need to be unplugged. To do this, remove the two Phillips screws as well as the shield that cover the charge port and the battery clips, and simply unclip the battery. To remove the display itself, the 5 screws as well as the shield for it will need to be removed as well. Keeping close track of these screws is a necessity, as if they're put back into the incorrect spot, it can short out the logic board. Once the plate's been removed, you can unclip the following flexes: the home button flex, the front camera assembly flex, and the 2 display clips. With these clips removed, the screen should be free from the phone. Now the small parts can begin to be removed from the screen. Starting by the home button, you'll want to remove the 2 screws that hold the bracket for the home button in. Once the shield is removed, the clip that connects the home button to the home button long flex can be removed. Once the clip is undone, you should be able to unadhere the flex carefully, and then push the button through from the other side with your finger. Then the front camera assembly can be removed. You'll want to remove these 3 Phillips screws to free the bracket from the assembly. Once the bracket is off, you'll want to fold the front camera back off of the ear speaker and remove the ear speaker itself. You can then use the pointy end of a tool to unadhere the light sensor on the right side and the proximity sensor on the left side. After this is done, you'll just need to get underneath the secondary microphone to free the assembly. Then you'll need to remove the 6 total Phillips screws that are located on both sides of the LCD shield. After those screws are removed, there will be 1 remaining screw located near the home button. Once the screws are removed, you should be able to remove the shield from the top, though do be careful as the bottom of the home button long flex is still adhered to the frame. When looking closely, you should notice a metal shield between the flex and the actual plastic housing itself. You'll want to get between the shield and the plastic housing itself, as if the shield isn't pulled up with the flex, it can damage it. Once the new screen is ready, lay the LCD shield on top of it and replace the 6 screws that we took out earlier. The screw that anchors the bottom of the shield to the display can be replaced at this time as well. To put the home button back, simply lay it in its slot and clip it back onto the long flex. After this is done, the bracket and the 2 screws can be replaced. To replace the front camera assembly, you'll first need to adhere the secondary microphone. Once this is done, the proximity sensor and the light sensor can be folded back into their spacers. You'll then want to take the ear speaker and fit it into its rubber spacer before folding the front camera back over it into its bracket as well. Once everything is flush in its place, the bracket and the corresponding screws can be replaced. After you have everything back on the display, you may notice that the bottommost flex will be the one for the front camera. You'll want to take it and fold it back on top of the rest of the flexes, as that's the order that they go back into the board. Starting with the 2 display clips, you can continue by clipping in the front camera assembly and then the home button long flex. Once they're all in place, the shield and the 5 corresponding screws can be replaced. Once the shield for the display is secure, you can reclip the battery and replace the shield and screws for it as well. At the top of the screen, you'll notice small little plastic hooks. In order to close the phone properly, you'll need to tuck these hooks into the housing itself before beginning to seal the rest of the phone. Once the screen is sitting flush on the phone, you can replace the 2 penelope screws, finishing the repair.